Good evening. Hi, everybody. It's Tony. I am the owner and creator of 10 Fit, and I love to help women learn the tips and tricks of staying healthy. And I also like a little bit of mess. So that's what we're here for today. We're going to be talking about MAFS, Married at First Sight, Australia. And this is the wrap up of it. This is the last conversation we're going to have about MAFS AU until the next season because, it was brilliant. Um, Tonight's going to be a quick live just because I don't feel well. So I just wanted to make it quick and spicy and get this show on the road. Um, so I wanted to discuss, one second. I wanted to discuss Flog. Have you guys heard of flogging before? So if one of the experts didn't say what flogging was, I would never know what it is. So I'm like, flog. Like, I'm thinking flog, like you'll flog somebody, give them like a beating. No, 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 no. Flogging means dickhead. Oh, I love it. That's my new favorite word. You're a flog. I've been using it all day. Everybody has been a flog all day. And I will continue to say, you're a flog. So we're going to talk about who were the flogs of MAFS AU Season 8. We're going to discuss the flogs of the season. Oh my God. It just sounds better in their accent though, but whatever. So we left off last week talking about the couples that, this is the last ceremony to say who's going to stay together or who's like, they're not going to divorce, quote unquote. Um, so we know that. Let's put up the couples again so that we can discuss those. Okay, so we know that the last three. Okay, so out of the experiment, 1, 2, 3 left already. So crazy girl hair who has no self-esteem, Melissa and flog number 1. So she's flog number 1 and he's so flog 4 and flog 4. They stayed together. And spoiler alert, they're still together. Oddly enough, I don't understand why, but whatever. Then we're gonna see who else was there this episode. Oh, she's another flog. Remember, flog is dickhead. So I think she's a dickhead because she did the same thing. She left the experiment and she did the same thing. And she kept talking about the man behind her back. So she is the flog in this situation, Alana, but Jason, 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 he's not. He's like a really sweet guy. He was literally crying on the couch. At the ceremony, they did say that they did want to be together. She did change it last minute. Let me give you guys, I'm going to go back to showing me. Okay, a little bit of tea about that. What happened at the ceremony was, this is what happened behind the scenes, right? That nobody is going to know. I just did a little deep dive. Alana went, okay, so when Jason said his vows first, right? Alana was listening or whatever. She already had her decision made up before. But when Jason said, he loved her and all these nice things and wanted to be with her, she threw it, right? But what we didn't see was that she had ran off to the producers and was crying and was like, can I just change my mind? Can I just change my mind? So that's what happened, and she changed her mind and whatever. All for the storyline, whatever. Okay, so back to the flogs. Okay, so now we spoke about who was left. So these two we spoke about, and her. She is the queen of all flogs. She's the queen of like I should have put a crown on her head. She's the biggest flog of all time. We will talk about her. Mainly the conversation today will literally be about her and this one. She wasn't there. She was old. Okay. And I love Belinda and Patrick. Honestly, they're perfect. I hope they stick together. Actually, let me just make it both of them since they're in the same shot here. So I really hope they do stay together. At the commitment ceremony, it was beautiful, and they left the ceremony, and the experiment together, and they're still together to this day. So that's amazing. On this side, Carrie and John, super cute as well as Patrick and Belinda. They're still together outside of this experiment. And here, I was going to say dickhead, but the flog is Mr. Liam. I can't believe he blew up at Georgia. I don't understand how, like, that made no sense to me because she was just saying what he did, and I agree with her. But for him, hey, JC Bear, for him to turn on her, oh, God, I can't stand him. So he's another flog. So we have flog 1, which is just Liam. Then we're going to come down here at the bottom for the ones that were left. Where's the next flog? Oh, king of the flogs. And the 3 flogs up here. All of them are flogs at the top here. So those are our flogs for the day. For the season, we have these same 3 flogs. And we don't know them. And who else is a flog here? Oh, he's a flog. And these 2 are flogs. So not that many, but there's quite a bit. Okay, so I'm just getting, okay. So this is going to be quick. I was saying to the chat earlier because I'm not feeling well. So I just put that in there for you guys. If you want to join at any time, you can. So I really just was going to talk about Rebecca. Okay. Guys, how is it you're such a hypocrite? You're the biggest hypocrite. And what I didn't understand with her,
Hello.
She didn't even want to be with him from the start. So I'm so confused as why she just didn't say, you know what, from the start, like we're done. She went all the way through. She did the ceremony, everything, and said yes, 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 yes. Come to find out, and I knew something was sneaky when she went home because it just didn't make any sense. You went home for your dog, and your dog looked fine in that video.
Oh, Becca.
I wonder if that guy was the Bachelor.
That's what I was saying last week.
Could be.
I read that. I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago. I read that she was with the Bachelor.
It could be because I mean, they were blurring out a lot of people's names that wasn't on the show and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe. But did you see who? Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Who? What's his name is with now? Did you guys see that?
I don't know who what's his name is now.
Hold on. What's his name again? Jake, the one that she's with. Let me see. Let me dial this down and see if this will work. Oh, there we go. Do you see her?
No.
Well, I should have pulled it up on my thing.
Yeah.
But she is abs and she's like model and all this stuff, and everyone's like, "Yay, it's good for you, Jake." Away from the evil lady.
He was so nice. He was so patient. He right to the end. Uh, Even last night or 2 nights ago. At the last night was when he found out. He was so crushed. It broke my heart for him.
And honestly, like, and he's right. He was like, just why did you go through it all if this is what you were doing? It made no sense, like none. And then you come off on the show like the evil one, because even outside, no one's gonna want to be friends with you.
She come off as an asshole, and I'm glad they showed all that.
Yeah.
Or a flog.
Do you wonder how they got the video though? Because I'm like, how would you get that video? Like, where would it come from? The one with the brother friend.
Well, somebody must have been filming it somewhere.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and then she did, like, but she literally did look shocked. Like, that shocked her. Like, where did that come from? She didn't even know what to say. Honestly, her reaction was the best because I was like, good.
Well, what about the two? What about the male horror and female horror on the show? Coco and Cam.
I got over them from the time when they left. Like, honestly, and I knew they wouldn't last outside of that because he gives me. I don't even know what he gives me.
I think Coco was so funny, so cute. I loved her.
She actually didn't bother me. I actually didn't like because
the only time it bothered me was when she was in the denial phase about we didn't do nothing until after I spoke to you. When she did that, I was like, okay, he's a whore, she's a whore. Just accept your whores and move on.
And she was owning everything until why wouldn't she just own that? Like at this point, we all know what's going on. Like why not own everything?
Exactly.
It's not going to make a difference.
She'd come that far.
Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, just why didn't you just? And here's the other thing: I've never known a woman to reach out to a straight male for relationship advice. I've seen them reach out to gay males. I've seen them reach out to other females. But why would you call somebody who lives in the same city, who's a straight male, for relationship advice about your husband? Come on, ladies.
And he did say like Sam, boy Sam. He was even like I've seen it like a few times. Like I live in a city, and it's like finding a needle in a haystack to let me talk to you just because, or that person talks to you just because you're in the same area. That makes no sense. Unless they were friends. If they were friends, then that's understandable, but they weren't.
Well, here's the closest link that she would have to get information about him.
I think that was just her excuse so she can go.
Yeah, that was just an excuse so she could, feel up the lats and maybe get some. Angela, where are you? I want sexy naughty Angela to come on and go. Yeah, these people are lit. Where are you? Where are you hiding, Angela?
What the hell?
I'm in the middle of taking my medication, so I'm going. You wait till my Percocet kicks in.
I want saucy Angela. Saucy Angela.
Okay, if they were to be together, right? If they had started out the experiment together, Cam and Coco, do you think they would have lasted during the whole experiment?
No,
I think,
because they just were hookups.
yeah, but you know what? Coco has a Coco has a business to promote, and so does Cam. So I think it would have just been one long hookup, but I don't think they would have lasted outside the experiment. No-wo?
Yeah,
What's
I
no-wo?
agree. No, it won't.
Oh, outside the experiment? Nah.
Yeah,
But during
yeah,
the experiment, I think they would have stuck it out to promote themselves.
yeah. And you know what? Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have made it. Now that I think about it,
Mm-mm.
it was just all a thing. They don't have what like Carrie and John have, or Belinda and Patrick. Like you can look at those couples and see that this it's gonna go
I
long
was
long term.
I was waiting for in the beginning for them to say, "Oh, do you want to stay? Uh, and you want me to partner you up with Cam and stay as a couple?"
Yes.
Um, yeah, that would have been interesting.
Wait, Angela, did you watch previous season when they did do that with the first
Um,
storyline with the I forgot who it was. I think it was in 2017.
I watched the last two seasons only.
Oh,
Um,
They
they
did
did
that.
do that. Hmm.
They did do that for the other couple where Jess finally broke up with the first one, got rejected by Nick by saying no, he's married and with Cyrene Sorrell, and then she finally hit on what's his name, the third one.
Oh, the guy that the new one that had came into the experiment. Yeah, the add-on guy. I forgot his name. But you know, they had stayed. Jess and the guy had stayed together outside of the experiment for a little bit, but then they broke up because she
Yeah,
lied again.
yeah.
um,
Well, go ahead,
did
Angela.
did you find any gossip about Coco and Jason?
Who? Jason and Coco?
Yeah, I read Alana's Jason. They were there was gossip going around that those two were flirting or hooked up, and and
She's just
I
making
don't
the rounds.
I don't know if it was before or after or while they were there or after they Alana and him broke up.
But you know what I find though, if it doesn't happen during the experiment, it will happen after because they're all in this one building
Hmm.
and they all socialize even outside of taping and they become friends. Like I've seen so many videos of like the season of like Sorrel and them, because it was so explosive. And those guys actually had like true friendships outside of the show. And so I believe it. I believe a lot of them got close. And even outside, you know, when you go and you go hang out with somebody outside of the experiment, but you already know them, something could happen. I could see that happening,
Hmm.
but even Coco and Jason,
Mm.
no, they don't.
Mm,
I don't like them together. Mm-mm.
Jason's a bit of a. Jason's more a boy's boy.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Jason is fucking hot. He was my favorite.
Yeah.
There's Angela back. Angela is back in the house.
He was my favorite one.
So
You
you
okay, wait. So Angela, I'm gonna put these back up. Who is it? Let me know. Who do you think is your top three?
Um,
It could be looks or it could be
I'm
personality from what we see.
I'm not going by personality or anything because
Okay.
yes, here's my Angela. Yeah, you go, girl.
um um Jason
Okay. So
um
Jason's number one.
yeah,
Okay.
and Jake.
Who was that?
Number 6.
Jake.
Really?
He was everybody, and number 8.
Oh my God. I know.
The Viking up in the corner.
You said number 8?
Oh,
Yeah.
I meant I forgot about 10, 11, or number 10 is my number 1.
Oh no,
Johnny.
you back off. He's my number 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So John's in there. Jason is in there, and then you're gonna go with number 6.
No, number 8. Sam.
Really?
Like, and not
Okay.
just because of how rude he is. Like,
Angela's got her groove back. Angela's got her groove back.
I guess it kicked in now.
How nasty.
What about you? Okay, what about you, John?
I'm going. Number 10 is my number 1. If he swung my way, yeah, something about him. I just want to take him and just like hold him and hug him and name him George and everything.
Wait, well, what about? What about him? The one that I don't
the
have
Viking
a number on.
Viking is number 2.
Okay.
With that one, and out of the remainder, it's like hang on. I'm kind of torn between 5 and 6.
Let me guess for you, okay? Let me guess, okay?
Okay.
Let me guess. Who would you say? Okay. I think you will go here. Number 6.
Yeah.
I thought number 7 for you.
Number 7, he would be more like a summer fling.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
I was just I'm married, so I was just thinking of one night.
Oh, well, a one-nighter. You see, yeah, number 7 would be like one of those summer romances.
Oh, okay.
John is marrying material. The Viking is marrying material. Jake is.
We don't know about the Viking though, because he only came for 2 seconds and then he left.
Yeah, but I watched his intro intently. And like he has a little girl. He's been through a relationship before. He seemed really sincere on looking for someone to spend his life with and, raise a family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, John would be my number 1. So you back off, Angela. Back off. Don't make me come down to New Brunswick.
John is personality and looks.
Yes, he has a good package.
But
in every sense of the word.
Unfortunately, he's so much in love with Carrie that
I know. That's so good.
And you know that cheap tramp Martha. They have this red wine with Martha looking at the current season.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted him to dump Carrie and hook up with her sister. And I wrote in the comments on the thing, if you do that, Martha, I'm going to introduce Jess to him. I said, because they're not going to last. How does it feel when somebody else plays your game?
Exactly. She's so volatile. I can't stand Martha.
Aren't we going to do the women? Aren't we going to do the women?
Tony, what's your pick?
Let me throw this back up. Okay, there we go. My pick would be definitely John, Viking, and you'll not guess this one, but number 7.
Oh, you like a little bit of an older man that you can kind of like pretend to be a little damsel, don't you?
Well, we're around the same age, pretty much. He's not that far off.
No, you're younger than him.
Yeah, but I'm not that much younger than him.
He's in his late 40s, dear.
Isn't he like 44?
I'm older than all of them.
I'm older than all of them too, but I'm just saying he's.
I thought he was, yeah, but I like him. I like the beard, and I like his swag. Like, that's like my style, like this. But I also like John and Viking.
You know, you two have to leave my John alone, okay?
No.
Because we can be J and J. We can be J and J. You know. We'll get the box.
You could take. You can. I will sacrifice Viking to you if I could take John.
I'll sacrifice Jake to you, to both of you, and I'll take John. Have you ever had somebody 6'3"?
Me?
I have.
Who is 6'3" here?
The Viking. He's a tall puppy. I've become very bendy on a couch with people like that.
I honestly forgot. I forgot so much about him because, like, he was barely on the show.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, for the women, if you were to pick your top 3 women.
Okay, the prettiest ones I would say are okay. Okay, we're not going off of personalities because God knows.
No.
He looks so evil. I'm looking at this evil one, but ugh. Okay, I would say
that's if you were lesbians.
If I was a lesbian, oh God, that's a hard one. None of them. Okay.
What do you mean none? What do you mean none?
Okay, hold on. If I was, but that was okay. She's pretty, Coco, and Georgina. It doesn't mean Georgina or Gina. Georgia. And what's this girl's name again? Joe. Or Carrie. Wait, whoops. Carrie, right? Yeah, Carrie.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Carrie, Gina, and Coco.
What about you, Angela?
Britt is so gross, but I can't even look at her. So
who's that? Booker?
No, number 6 was
so
disgusting. She doesn't make my
evil.
She doesn't make my list. Carrie is the prettiest one.
Where's Carrie? Oh, Carrie. Okay, yeah.
Carrie. And number 3,
Booker.
And Coco.
Okay, what about you, John?
I think Georgina is just Jake, and Jake all around. She's just 3 Jakes, no one else. Okay, fine. We know Georgina. Okay,
Jake.
If I was going to find that
Jake
way.
This is Jake, right?
Jake is number 6, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, for me, if I was straight, it would be Carrie and number 2. And
have you seen her hair?
Samantha.
Yeah, she has to do something with the hair.
Ugh.
And I'm torn between pardon me. I'm torn between 5 and 11 for my third choice.
But honestly, after she's such an actor, yeah, we're not going off of personality.
We're not going off of personality, but seeing them
off of look.
Yeah, I think she like in more of a party, fun setting, not knowing she'd be like a little Spitfire.
Alana.
But then you tell all your business in front of all your friends.
Yeah, I know,
exactly.
but we're not going on personality.
She's a flog. She's a flog.
Yes.
Exactly. Flog.
And the girl, number 11. Number 11 and number 5 would be tied for third place with me.
Georgia.
Okay. God, it was it was a rough season. 1 second. There we go. With these guys. What did you guys think overall of the season?
I go ahead, Ange.
No, go ahead. You always let me go.
I enjoyed it. I was glad that they kept the backstabbing, partner switching to a minimum this season. Like the previous 2 seasons, it was just ridiculous. 3 or 4 of them all flopping around.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I thought the women were a lot more stronger this season than in previous seasons.
I agree.
Like they had a stronger batch of females. They only had 1 or 2 weirdos, whereas in previous seasons there was like whole groups of messy ones.
Yeah.
And
I think they changed production though, because there was a whole thing with production last time. Like a whole thing. Like I think lawsuits and everything. So.
Oh yeah, I can believe it. But I mean, they had I think they had a decent batch. These batches of males, I think they had more messy males in there.
Yeah.
Like and they also seemed a little more breakable. Like you had 2 extremes. You had ones that were breakable and other ones that were, your typical ones. I'm like, but I enjoyed it compared to some of the previous seasons where it was just way too messy.
I didn't enjoy the factor of having it about the group instead of the couples, like the group against Bryce, and instead of like last season, you didn't have that. They all kind of got along. Michael was messy from season 7.
Okay.
Yeah, and I found that too much emphasis was on Bryce and Brett.
Right.
And Brett, Bryce and Brett, their little feud. Brittany.
Brett and Booker.
No.
Okay.
Britt and Jake. That's and Bryce and Melissa. Like the female from one couple and the male from the other.
Oh, you mean focusing on Melissa so much and focusing on...
No. The feud, the tension between Bryce and Britt.
Oh, the feud between the guys.
No.
Between Becca and Bryce?
Oh, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Now
I got you.
I gotcha. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
And we never got as much. It wasn't about the couples as much as it was the group fights.
Yes. I agree with you on that. What was I say? Oh, Gina said overall disappointment. I think she's agreeing with you too, because there's like only 2 couples make it. So, but one thing though is I look at MAFS AU versus the US one differently in the sense of like I watch MAFS AU for jokes and entertainment and drama. I don't anticipate anybody making it out just because it's an experiment, it's not really marriage. Whereas not America, That's legit. And
That I
a couple of them
totally
from the,
agree.
and I've
Well,
seen a couple at the beginning make it, but then it just fizzled out over the years.
do you think
Yeah.
it's because they're not really married in Australia? Basically,
Um,
for the outside, they're just agreeing to continue to date.
Yeah,
um,
I think it's just all story.
that's the way it should be. I am offended almost about MAFS US that they're signing a legal binding contract to marry somebody that they just met. I like
Yeah,
MAFS and you for that reason that they know that they're going into this and the worst that they're going to leave with is a broken heart.
I agree with you.
Mhm.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. So, what do you guys think about the? Hold on, I have to do this. Quote. Wait, hold on, in here. Am I in the frame? Oh, wait, hold on, right here. Quote unquote experiment, like expert.
I think that they pretend not to know half the stuff. Like, come on. If we're watching that stuff, they must be watching it too,
Yeah, I agree.
and they don't call them
Because
out.
you know what? Over the years, for the AU one, it has changed so much. After that first season of the whole, I think it was 2017, 2015, and it was just all drama. Everything changed. The experts changed, like everything. And what I don't like now that I'm watching it and I'm really thinking about it, that room that they sit in, and because I also heard last season that the experts don't even pick the people, it's a team of other people, and the experts just come on and tape and whatever. They just watch them from like we used to have them in school where we would study something like, so we would go into like oh, I
Elective.
don't know if you know what it's not okay, so at Seneca, right, like we when we were doing our like I forgot what it was, like placement, we would go into like a separate room and we could observe inside another room people. What's it
Yeah,
called?
Um, a one-way mirror.
Yeah, it's like that,
Yeah,
but it's like called a thing. But anyways, I don't like how the experts were in there, and it was almost like a commentary, like comedic type, but not comedic, but like you're not helping. Like Alana and Jason, I think if they had helped them from the start, because their problem, it's it's fixable. And if they had the experts there to help them, guide them properly, I think they would have been okay. Because Alana needs as much help as she needs, because God knows. You know
I
what I mean?
think that the experts in US are horrible. The way that they set Paige up this year
Oh,
with
don't get me
Chris
started on them over there.
and I look at the ones in Australia as um, having fun or not really being experts. I look at the Australia show as a fun show. I look at the US show as being brutal. Like,
The US one, I honestly, I think I watched the like full seasons. I think I only watched the first three, 4 seasons of the US one. And that's when the experts are real experts and doing real things. And then it changed, and I'm just like,
well,
I don't like this.
they let him tear her down and tear her down and tear her down. And they could have stepped in and stopped it.
Oh, 100%.
Uh,
100%.
and
You know?
I agree with John that they um, pretend that they don't know anything until they hear it at the dinner party. back to Australia. They pretend that they don't know anything unless they hear them talking about it at the dinner party. And they know.
So you guys also noticed that because before, all three experts used to have their little thing that they did with everyone, right? All of a sudden this season, do you guys notice they brought in somebody new, and the new person was a sex therapist, and she was the only one that actually had interaction with the contestants with her foolishness. I was just like, what is this? Like, how is this helping anybody? What does this have to do with anything? Nothing. Not one thing. So I actually didn't like that.
I don't think one couple benefit from her exercises. Like, the only thing that I saw
not even
any dramatics
not even
was the honesty box.
That brought problems, and that's what they wanted. But Belinda and Patrick, they only got intimate from another couple giving them. So it wasn't even from the expert. So it's just like, why are you even there, expert? What was her name?
I think she was from Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like, that's how come I know what Flog is, because she was like, what's Flog? And then they like, dickhead.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just kind of look at them and I just went, so you don't know that this one's cheating on them. You're only going by what they're lying about on the couch. Yet you know more. And you don't call them out on it. Like, I knew that they had to have been actors, because as soon as 2 seasons ago when I seen Inez on there, she's the one that cheated on. One sec. She's the one that I called a sociopath. She was dead in the eyes.
Who was that one?
The little brunette. Her name is Inez. Inez.
Inez. Oh,
yeah.
She's like death warmed over.
Yeah, when you look at her eyes, you can just see it's just there's nothing there. It's just,
and that's legit how she is.
And these psychologists are like when she told the guy that she was matched up with, you're going to remove your labret, your eye piercing. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. I'm like, and then her friends were all uppity because he was a stripper. And I'm like, Inez, like, you're a legal assistant. Nothing against legal assistants, but why do you got an attitude?
Right? God.
It's like,
so wait, did you go and deep dive all the previous seasons?
I couldn't get through all of them myself, but I don't know. Ange, did you do it? Or Angela, did you do it?
Did I watch all of them this season?
Yeah.
Like a few seasons back, at least like 2017, 2018.
Oh, no. I just watched the last 2 seasons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I plan on going back. I plan on going back and binging on all of them. Where can I do that?
I think YouTube has a large.
I do have Hey You.
I think it's on Hey You. It should be on Hey You. Try that.
And if I was a legal assistant, I would want to be with the stripper because he has all the moves.
Well, he was a former stripper. That's how he.
Yeah.
And he looked like a really nice guy, like really nice.
Well, he would know what to do with those hips.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm sure he
did. Yes. 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 It's been a long lockdown, ladies.
Wait, what episode are you on for that one?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I binged most of 2020, or whichever season the sociopath and Sam and Jess were on.
I think that was
2017 or 2018. I haven't gone back to like 2017.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, I'm gonna round up because I
Why?
look like death worm. Because I look like death worm over, and I actually
I look
am
I
feeling
look
well.
like a Yeti. I got my Moderna shot on Friday at
Where did
the
you? Oh, you got it in your building, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And with the weird and wild beard, they thought I was a little bit older. And so one of the things they asked, they go, "Excuse me, sir, do you have mobility issues?" I said, and why? I go, "Why? What would happen if I did?" He said, "Oh, we'll take you straight to the front of the line." And I went, "Why, yes, I do."
You did not say that. Did you really?
Yes, I did. I was in and out in like 20 minutes.
I'll try not to take offense to that.
Actually, Angela, I did not. I didn't mean it in any way as a disrespect.
I don't get
Oh
Because
God.
to tell you the truth, I always forget. I always
But why
forget
would
that
they
you
look
do
at
when you
you and
come on the
say that?
panel,
I
and
feel like
especially, well, I have a little bit of a limp.
but even
Uh,
so, I don't know.
well,
I
my
like
beard
for
is a
me,
little bit long.
I don't know. Maybe because I have like a little cousin, and he's not little anymore. He's big, and he has fun and visit us. So anytime we were like traveling or what have you, we would like go to the front of the line as a family. But I mean, like if he didn't have it, like he eventually had the wheelchair. In the beginning, he was like walking and stuff, but like I wouldn't just propose it to somebody. Oh, do you have a? I don't know. I just think to ask somebody that without knowing, I personally would feel fun if I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, why are you asking me that? I
I,
don't know.
for one, hope that you never have mobility issues.
No,
Well,
don't
I
like I deal within my family. I had to deal with in my family. Like
I have
for
only
my whole
one
life.
working arm, and I have one working leg. Um, I had a stroke a few years back on my 45th, when I just turned 45. And I had a stroke and had to have brain surgery. And I had blood on my brain. And before that, I had throat cancer. And I've been
Oh,
through it all.
oh
you've been
wow.
through a
I,
lot.
I had stage 3 cancer, and I had a 50% chance of living. And I was so sick, I lost half my weight, half my body weight. I lost 172 pounds.
How are you feeling now?
Um, I am in bed all the time. I don't have really any quality of life, but I I make it okay for me. Like I don't I try not to think about what I can't do and focus on what I can and get through the days.
Right.
And you guys help bringing my naughty side out.
Oh,
It's
I love it
fun.
when I love it when you get
Mm,
saucy.
You shock me all the
And
time. You shock me all the time.
yeah, well, I'm 50 years old, and I I choose my happiness. Like I choose to make the best of my life.
That's
But
good. That's how you should look
anyway,
about
you
stuff.
guys didn't come to talk about my problems. As long as you guys uh, have patience with me when I forget what I'm talking about, and just remind me of where we left off. We'll be good.
Oh, for sure. Of course, of course.
Oh yeah, that's no problem.
I was so scared. Shan is the one. Shan helped me immensely. When I first started going on her chat,
Mm-hmm.
um, I was a mess, and she gave me the confidence to keep going. So I have her to thank for being able to even appear on this.
That's good. Like, keep coming on. We love
Mm,
hearing from you.
yeah.
You shock us.
And bring your saucy side. Bring your saucy side with you.
Oh my God.
Not my pitiful side.
No,
No, we
bring your
love all
saucy
sides.
side.
We love it all.
when
Bring that saucy Angela every time.
yeah, and
Alrighty,
because
guys. So here's the thing. Here's the rundown of what's happening. So my channel, as you guys know, like outside of like talking about reality TV, um, in my outside life out of this, I deal with health and wellness. So, um, next month I plan to. I don't know if I'm gonna do this, but every day I'm gonna either go live or have like a video up. Most likely it's gonna be with health and wellness. Like I'm gonna do live workouts, have workout videos, things about food, where to buy things in Canada because the Americans have all their videos and stuff of where to buy like these healthy foods. Canada has not that many, so I'm gonna start doing a bunch of those. And also on Saturdays, I'm gonna do like a girls' night. John, you're welcome to come. And what else was I gonna
Why,
do?
thank you.
Yeah, so
I
that's the
had
night where we're gonna talk about like anything, like what has happened in the week, or whatever you want to talk about.
I
Okay,
had
anything.
so much fun in Tracy's chat the other night. We could do stuff like that.
The games night one, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So I
We
think
laughed.
Tracy said she was doing that one. Let's
I
see. I think
I
it's
love to laugh, and
I think it's next Thursday she's doing that one.
okay.
But don't quote me on that. Like I'm gonna let her let
Um,
everybody know.
just fun Friday night chat or Thursday night chat
Yeah.
when you don't have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And
So
when is MAFS back?
I think next what year are we in now? Because it goes math, then it goes master chef, then it's house rules, and then there's another rules, and then I think it comes back. Oh no, and then it's Real Housewives of Cheshire. Sorry, I don't know why I know this schedule. Yeah, I think it's just
I have
next year.
never watched any Real Housewives of anything but all the U.S. housewives.
Oh, okay. So you have Hey You, right? Okay, this
Yeah.
is what you're gonna do. You're gonna watch Cheshire. Just start from the start. Just start from
Well,
the start.
I
That's good.
I have one of the things with my chemo is I lost my hearing. I
Mm-hmm.
have only 40% hearing in 1 ear,
Mm-hmm.
so I have a really hard time deciphering uh, accents. So
Uh,
yeah,
well, when their accents are strong,
yeah.
really strong in Cheshire.
Um,
Um,
I do fairly well with MOFS
mhm.
Australia.
Okay, well then, you know what? Try Cheshire. It might not be that bad, but if you can do Maps AU, hey, Cheshire might be. Check it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
Um, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Like they even had a season during COVID, and it didn't look like the American one, and I appreciated that. I mean, they were even like, they would go on camera and be like, yeah, I have COVID. And like, they can't be with anybody, but they can only go on, you know what I mean? And just have their little quick conversations and then get off, and then everybody else, you know, does what
Do
they
you
have to
watch
do. But
Ready to Love?
I started that. Someone mentioned that the other day in someone else's chat, and I was like, oh, let me check it out. I like it.
Yeah. I watched the last season. And, but if it's good for when you don't have anything better to watch. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the season so far? I think it's only four episodes.
We're only 3 episodes in.
Oh, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched it on YouTube. So
if you also want something a little more lighthearted and reminiscent of Housewives from years ago, on Netflix, there's The Real Lives of Bollywood Wives. And it's short. It's about 8 to 10 episodes. It's all done in India. And they're just funny, and their fights are more lighthearted. Like, for them it's serious, but it's more lighthearted. But they got the fashion, they got the little bits of family drama.
Is it called Real Housewives of Bollywood?
The Real Life, Bollywood, yeah.
On a different subject, did anybody watch Bill Maher and Sharon Osbourne's interview?
Not yet.
It was totally offensive. He told her that she did everything right, and said, "What is it? You can't argue with black people, and it's racist." And I was totally offended. You might want to watch it. He backed her up on everything.
I'm sure Nikki's gonna probably do a chat on that this week then.
That you can't argue with black people. My
And
best
it's
friend.
Racist. You can't disagree with the black person, and you end up being called racist.
I think the States is going to blow up soon. I really, really do. My best friend is black, and we argue all the time.
Yeah.
over so many issues, and actually, he is much harder on his own community than I ever was. And he goes, "Oh no, don't you feel so?" And I'm like, "But da 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 da." And he's like, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I mean, like, we are. So that has to be very much an American attitude or an American thing.
You know what? I agree. Like, I honestly, America and Canada are 2 different beasts to me. Because so before COVID, I would be in Maryland a lot, like spend 6 weeks, a month, whatever. My aunt lives there, so I would go and help her in dental, whatever. And so that's the DC area, right? So it's always going into DC. Anyways, once I'm over there, like, I literally crossed the border. I'm not even kidding you. As soon as I cross the border, I feel so different. It's so heavy over there, and come back here, and I'm just like, whew,
all the while,
off my shoulders. It's just
growing up
crazy.
I only had 2 black kids in my school from grade 1 to grade 12. Like, I lived a very sheltered. I won't call. I had white privilege, but I didn't grow up a very privileged life.
Yeah, so that's the other thing too. This is why I don't have these conversations, because I'm like, not everybody will have a privileged life as what you may think. I get it, but at the same time, you cannot say everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was white privileged in the sense that I could get caught or stopped by the police and not have to worry. I never had to have a conversation about with my son about wearing hoodies and
But sorry to cut you off, but here's my thing. I live in Scarborough. I live in Toronto and Malvern. Okay, and if you know Malvern, back in the days, it was deemed one of the hoods. And to be fair, the cops always came to our public schools and always talked to us. Literally, when I go and work out just around the corner here, 4 or 5 cop cars will park, and we talk to them, and it's just not like that. Like, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I don't fear the cops at all. I never had that conversation. No one in my family had that conversation, and we have males all the time.
I'm wondering if it's different.
Nobody has that conversation.
If it's different in Canada than the U.S.
It must be, because my cousin, and he's male, Black, and he literally, when we cross the border, he literally will even cuss the custom service guys, and we're like, oh my god, can you just shut up? And he doesn't care, and nothing happened. And we're like, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. Like, it's to me, it's two different beasts. So I just let them talk and I just listen. But I know what I live like here in Toronto versus over there, and I'm like, thank God I live there.
Well, I mean, like, I go up to the Roti Hut to get my meals, like, or I order my something. That's up it.
I don't.
And I mean, last time I went, I was the only white guy in there, and I'm like, hello, and they're like, a couple of them are looking at me, and I'm like, I like the food, like, what? And I'm like, and then I'll ask them, I'll go, oh, I've never tried that. You know, the different Caribbean sodas they have there? Well, I've never tried them before. So I asked them, I said, okay, is this one any good? Is that one any good? Which one's not too sweet? And we start a conversation, and boom, it's like, I'm talking to somebody that I've been in a restaurant for years, and I've only been there a few times. So there's a really weird disconnect in the States that I find that we don't get here.
No, and I say this a lot of the times, is that literally, as you know, we go on Danforth, and there is literally on every corner different nationality of food, and everybody can go into whichever one, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to have Jamaican, or I have to have Chinese, or I have to have. Anybody can go in, and everybody enjoys it. It doesn't have to be a race or a color thing. And I don't understand.
Did you march in any of the Black Lives Matter?
No.
But even our marches were very much respectful compared to the U.S. Like, I mean, people were wearing masks. People were 6 feet apart. They were, doing the chanting and the yelling, but they marched. They didn't, we didn't have other elements that were tagging onto them, trying to, disrupt stuff. Like, when they marched, they respected the rules, and they marched, and they delayed some traffic, but we were all locked down, so I don't care. I wasn't driving anywhere. You can delay the traffic wherever you want. But it was a very different march up here compared to what you've seen in the States,
Oh, on a lighter note, what's the temperature today?
What is it? It was nice out because I was out there working out today. It was like 12, I think. Was it 12? Yeah, I think it was 12 today. But it rained. It was like spitting rain.
Yeah, we were in the double digits.
Oh, it says storm center right now. Hold on. What's going on? It says that there might be snowfall in southern Ontario, some parts of southern Ontario and Quebec.
Yeah. But Angela, I do know what you mean. When I look through my elementary school photos, it's like when my class photos, It was about the
Where are you in
mid
Ontario?
70s. Yeah, in Ontario.
What school did you go to?
But when I look through like my class photos,
You're muted.
oh, I'm
I
muted.
can't hear you.
Hang on, let me mute and unmute. Is this better? Hello?
I can hear you.
I can't hear.
Hello? Is this better?
I can hear you, John.
Oh, okay. No, but I can relate to what Angela was saying because when I went to elementary school was when in the late 60s, Canada opened up their immigration policies to the Caribbean and Asia. I mean, an influx of Caribbean medical staff. And my mom worked as a nurse's aide. So I got exposed to all these other cultures that I never knew before. Because they'd come over, my dad would drive them to the subway and stuff like that. They'd come over to our place for Italian. That was where I first tasted ackee and saltfish and plantain. And my first taste of sugar cane.
Like they're Americans. You're in Toronto. They planted. You're from Toronto.
Plantains. Yes, plantains.
Thank you.
And so I got exposed to all that growing up. So for me, it was just natural, right? I mean, I met their kids. They used to come over. They used to always take, a bottle of homemade wine with them and some leftover and a bottle of sauce. They'd always come over and they'd make stuff. And so I got exposed at a young age to the food. So for me, it was just, so it was just natural.
You know what? I think too, somebody was saying this the other day. I think here too, when it comes to immigration, when they migrate here, they don't lose where they come from. So they bring that culture and that welcoming. Like you said, you guys are Italian, and you're welcoming, and you're loving, and you're giving this and you're giving that. 9 times out of 10, most nationalities are doing the same thing. My friend, she's Greek. I go to her mom's house all the time, and she's like, "Oh, do you want this? Do you want that?" And I leave with a plate of food all the time. I go to a trading house, same thing. A Jamaican house, same thing. A Chinese house, same thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of it. We just don't lose it. We don't lose it. We accept where we came from, and we know that we're from Canada, but we don't lose our heritage.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that I found very strange with the American identity nowadays is that in the last 10 or 15 years, they're now preaching diversity, 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 and multiculturalism. But when I was growing up, that's what made Canada, and Canada was different from the U.S. because the U.S. was a melting pot. It didn't preach the diversity factor. And Americans really don't have that diversity mentality like we do. So I think that's also adding to the mix.
Yeah.
Because you'll have...
thing is too,
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and you have to just respect other people's cultures and nationalities. You have to. If you want to live in harmony, you got to respect other people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I was 18. I was working at a hotel, and I worked in laundry, and one of the maids had to lock up late. And she said, "Do you mind giving me a lift?" I said, "Sure." Pile into the car. I'm driving everybody either to the subway. Drove up to her place. Her kids were having this massive house party. And she goes, "Well, why don't you come in?" It was the first time I was ever at a Caribbean party. And there was food, there was music, and I'm like, "But won't your kids mind that you invited somebody?" She goes, "It's my house." She goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Okay, I'm coming in." And I mean, I had some turkey. First time I learned how to dance the soca. First time and it was like, and people were like, because I didn't know how to dance. I'm still clumsy 18-year-old, right? They're like, why are you standing up against the wall? I said, well, I don't know how to. And somebody pulled me off the wall and said, this is how you do it. And it's like, oh, yeah, I can do this. Just move the hips, keep the feet standard, move the shoulders. And it's like, I'm like, I can get used to this. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, but that's just how it is. Like, it's just so welcoming. And I don't know. I'm just glad that, I live where I live.
But it's just sad. I just think that it's going to be very explosive over the next few weeks with the trials going on and all that down there.
Yeah.
Like in Minneapolis. Like I'm nervous and I'm hundreds of miles away of what's going to happen.
I've been worried about U.S. for the last 4 years. Nothing's been right there since Trump took over.
There's been like, and the media is not helping at all.
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes it makes me feel safe living in 750,000 population New Brunswick, but sometimes I feel like I've been sheltered, and my kids too, and they're not gonna discover the all that the big city has to offer.
Well, there's pluses and minuses to a big city.
Yeah.
And there's pluses and minuses to like a smaller city or a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm getting tired. My meds are kicking in, and I'm gonna have to say goodnight.
Okay, but you know that Saucy Angela is always welcome.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Okay,
all right, Angela, good night, and we'll talk to you next time, okay? I'll let you know what's going on Instagram.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. Take care, Angela. And then there was only us, but yeah, I know. I just, it's just going to be unnerving over the next few weeks watching what's happening in the States.
I'll be honest with you. I desensitized myself from so much. My social media is very specific. I don't watch the news. I don't even have a TV in my room. So a lot of the times when I hear anything, like I have a girl group, and there's a couple lawyers in there. So, but they're like lawyers from the island.
Okay.
And then education from like UK. Anyway, so they're watching, and I'm trying to see like their point of view, like because one is a defense lawyer and the other one, it's actually funny, one's a defense lawyer and one's a prosecutor.
Oh
so
no!
They kind of agree most times on what's going on during the trial, on their feedback, and they're like, "Oh, that was a good," or the defense. This last thing they said was that they were going on and on and on and on and on, like get to the point, like, why are you prolonging this? I have no idea because I don't watch the news. So I just have to go through whatever they're saying in the group.
But it's interesting that they're taking it from a professional point of view and a strategy on what these lawyers are using. So
you mean
your friends that are lawyers? It's interesting they're viewing it through a lens of their own profession.
Well, it's funny because I think the one that's a defense, like, that's what, like, most of them, this is what they do all day, every day. Like, this is what they do. So they're like, it's interesting. I actually like it because now I'm like, okay, so what's happening next? What's going to happen? One thinks that the George Floyd one.
Yeah.
What did she say? That they will be convicted. And then they said the one for Dwayne Wright, the lady, won't be.
Oh, wow.
Like, she will get away. I forgot what the reason was. Let me see if there's any updates in the group, actually. There could be an update right now. But yeah, no, there's no update. They didn't say anything different. Yeah. Well, I could read it how they're saying it because they're Trini, so it's like a Trini accent. And he kept saying he's sorry for being so long-winded. Defense closing address going on and on. They're on, like, it's literally like play by play.
Oh my God. Well, that was the one thing when I was working at the hotel in laundry, and I don't know if this is still true, but people are very fierce about what island they come from.
Oh, 100%. Do not question me. Don't ever question where I'm from.
Yeah, okay,
I actually got in a physical fight with somebody for that.
Okay, so, but you have to remember, picture it. Let me take you back like in Golden Girls. A naive
1999.
Toronto, Kennedy and Ellesmere. A naive 18-and-a-half-year-old is starting his laundry duties, working part-time for college. I meet all these women, and we're all chatting, and I'm like folding towels, getting it ready for their carts and all that. 3 or 4 weeks later, we're all in the lunchroom, and somebody said something to someone, and I think it was someone from, if I remember, one lady was from Jamaica, another lady was from, starts with a B, but not Bermuda, or I guess Barbados. And they started, and I'm like, oh my God, they're going to kill each other. They're literally going to kill each other. And I went to go interfere, and a young woman about my own age grabbed me by the arm and goes, "Keep out of it." And I'm like, but they're going to kill each other. Like, I mean, they got their knives and forks, and I could see them giving them that cut eye, and they're like, "Come here," and they dragged me out. They go outside to the outside area. It'll be taken care of. I said, but they're going to kill each other. Should I get somebody? They go, shh. They'll settle it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Vicious. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. We're vicious people. We're very true to our island.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, and I don't even know what was said. I just heard, I came home and I asked my mom, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? And she goes, where did you hear that? And she goes, don't ever use those words unless you ever know, because there's things like one with the word starts with a B.
Blood clot.
Yeah, that was the opening volley, and then it was like there's a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'm like,
bumble clot, Ross clot.
Yeah, all them, and I'm like, my mom was like, don't ever use them in the company of Caribbean women, okay? Just telling you, this is not appropriate language for you to use.
I love how your mom knew this, though. I love that she knew that. That is hilarious.
Well, she had been working with all these other, like, there's a whole wave of medical professionals that came from the Caribbean, like in the 70s. And so she was working with nurses.
Did she ever work at Western?
No, my mom worked at True Davidson Acres. It's a city home for the aged. So she was working with like all these people, all these women, and they were, I guess they were teaching her the lingo, right? Because my mom wouldn't have known.
Yep.
And then
definitely would do that.
And you have to remember this from the early 70s, and this was in the early 80s when I started working there. So my mom goes, that's language you don't use in front of ladies, okay? And I'm like, okay, Ma, I'll take your word for it. Then I found out like what their real meaning was later on as I expanded my friends group, and voila. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to use that word. No.
Yes.
But it was fun. But it'll be glad when this lockdown's over, and Queen Bee and you and me and a few others can get together and actually go out for dinner.
Who else is in Toronto? Oh, that's great.
Our friend that you runs the Earthwater company has the products.
Who's that?
Remember I bought my beard stuff from her? That's not Queen Bee. Queen Bee lives up by you.
Oh my God, Queen Bee is in England.
No,
You're talking about Misty Winters.
Oh.
Yeah, you're mixing them up. I'm like, Queen Bee, she's in England.
No, I thought Queen Bee was here by you.
No.
She does a lot of biking. Oh my God!
Okay. Okay, so on top Toronto is her Instagram handle. She's here in Toronto.
Yeah, she lives by me.
Yes, and then that's it. Us three. Queen Bee's in England, London. Like she's across the water.
Are you sure?
100%. Like 110%. Not even 1,000%. Like, look, hold on.
No, there's another lady that lives up by you that goes biking. She did the bike ride for cancer and stuff.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, see, this is why I need to go to bed. I thought you were talking about Queen Cascade. Oh, hold on.
Oh no, Queen Cascade's over in Britain.
Yeah,
along with Priya. Yeah, you need to go to bed. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's four of us that have to get together once the.
Yeah. This needs to be over and done with.
Oh God, yes.
But yeah.
That's another show.
That is another show because I could be here all day talking and cussing about it. And the funny thing is, I was all for Ford. Like in the beginning, I was like, oh yes, oh he's getting my vote next time. Oh my God, I love him. He's so smart. This is what he needs to do. Now I'm like, fuck him.
Well, I'm like, you know what? He screwed up the last two things. One, never give the police that type of power because that is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Even the police finally agreed that it was bullshit. And closing down the playgrounds when you have kids locked at home on online learning, it's another thing that's bullshit because they need to run.
Wait, he closed the playgrounds. Okay, so you know what? This actually is legit. Both the police and the playgrounds happened. Was it September? Because I remember my friend was like, "Yeah, the police are just stopping people in the parking lot at like the freaking grocery store." I was like, "What?" It was weird, but yeah.
He had to roll both of them back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah, like you said, I can't talk about this. Let me go to my bed.
Okay, you go to sleep because you're not feeling well. And I can go on and on and on.
They're like red. Like, look at that. My eyes are red.
Your eyes aren't that bad.
Alrighty.
Well, did you get your shot? Did you get a shot?
No, I was talking to my friend today, and we were like, "Seems like it's 2 weeks." I'm like, "Fine, whatever." Because she's like, "I need someone to go with." So I'm like, "Fine, I'll wait till you go." Whatever.
No, for here they had to pop up at Crescent Town Friday and Saturday, and my postal code qualified, so I went for it. So I got the Moderna. I got the Moderna shot. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm hoping they still have the Pfizer one at Town Center. So.
Yeah, if you go to the provincial ones, they do. If you go through the pharmacies, is AstraZeneca.
Oh, hell no. No, hell no. No. Sorry, that's a hell no. Okay.
Okay, cool. Anyways, you have a good one.
Oh God! All right.
I just can't believe it's like an hour and a half and it flies by.
Oh my God!
It's almost 9:30.
Oh my God! Past my bedtime. Alrighty.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye. Oh, I gotta have an exit out. Bye. All right, guys. Oh, that was fun. That was our last wrap up of MAFS AU, and there is no more MAFS AU. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. We had a little bit of chat about anything and everything. And yeah, so next month I'm looking to be talking a little bit more about health and wellness, giving you guys some tips and tricks about what you should be eating, what you should be putting into your body, especially now that it's C19. You want to be eating healthy. You want to making sure you're being active because these are the things that's going to actually help you. on top of you getting your, you know what, let me not even talk about that. But anyways, in May, I'm going to be helping you guys learn, especially if you're in Canada, where you can go and buy these things. So look out for that. And I'll even slide in a little meal plan for you guys to make life easy for you, because that's just what I do. So until next time, have a great night, have a blessed night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.